So the action resumes. France currently ahead by the smallest of margins. Chouameni. This looks promising. Dani Ceballos. Defending was strong and firm. Whistle's gone, that's foul. Alexander-Arnold taking charge of the dead ball. Great chance here to level it up. Now, can they get a chance for a shot? That was superb goalkeeping.
Vinicius Junior actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
And it's been taken short. Oh, lovely feed, he is such a good mover. And it's made its way to him. He's on it, can he get away? France have the chance to go the other way. Kante makes a dash for it. Thuram. And here's Mbappe. Thuram wants to run onto this. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
That's simply brilliant defending. They were outnumbered, but he still came out on top.
It's played through for him. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
France just about have their noses in front. It is the slenderest of leads. And here's Thuram. And here's Mbappe. Eder Militao wins the duel this time.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
Chouameni. That's a good ball out wide. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, this lead is beginning to look a little delicate. I'd rather see them show the ambition and adventure to go further ahead. But it seems as if they settled for a riskier approach now to defend this.
And it's Bellingham. Bellingham. Good, strong midfield running here.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now. France have turned up with a human blockade. This is top defence. Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Koundé. Can he spark a counter here? Chouameni. France have kept their powder dry on the substitution front so far. Could that be about to change?
Well, you would hope for some movement off the bench, Peter, knowing you get an extra sub in extra time.
Aimed beyond the defence. That's really well cleared. And smartly reclaimed. Out for a throw.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 9, le numéro 24, le numéro
Into the
8,
last quarter of an hour.
le numéro 7.
Bout
le
of
numéro
passing
25.
here, really easy on the
Alors,
eye.
Le numéro
Well
12,
played, that has
le numéro
snuffed out the
26,
danger.
le numéro 6, le numéro 11.
The only breakthrough then came late in the first half here, and that is the difference. And the score... Voila! And he hits the net! Right back in it! Almost no time remaining. Game still on. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
And it didn't take him long. Just sitting on the bench and waiting moments ago, already he has scored.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
It's starting to look very interesting, this.
Well, now they've saved themselves. You can really sense a change in the whole atmosphere here. It's going to be pretty manic from now to the final whistle. Madrid clearly are pushing for the win here, Peter. It's making for a very frantic end to this game.
Now it's Colomouani.
I think we might be done here, Peter. I don't see there being enough time for them to try again.
Now there's a fine ball. Colomouani! And kept out by the most elastic of saves.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he? Well, in my opinion, set pieces are 50-50 moments, and this is a rather big one, and it all depends on the service.
Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Brahim Diaz. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Spread to the right. Still nothing in it, and we will be back for 30 more minutes. So, Jim, any strong opinions after all of that?
Well, there was very little between the sides all the way through, so extra time is the correct next step.
So no winner at full time. We will be going the distance.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 4.
So our quest to find the winner continues.
Le numéro 15.
France
Le numéro
conceded an
21.
equaliser late on.
Changement.
Now they have to do it all again. Do they have what it takes? Flashes it across. Tries to get it clear. Just eases him off the ball. And here's Elise. Passing nice and neat. Valverde. Camavinga. And it's Camavinga. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Great vision. And the through ball. Alaba unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And they can counter here. Elise. Cherki looking to pass their way up the pitch. Valverde did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. And here's Colomouani. Howson, and it's been given away. Goulet. Rodrigo. Can he get on the end of this? That has been cut short. Cherki gets on his bike and on the move. Brahim Diaz. So just 15 minutes still to come. So neither side able to conjure up a telling moment, and we are where we are. This is the last chance to win it. And so the last chance to find a winner. This has been enthralling. So what do the last 15 minutes have left? Goulet looking to add to his goal. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Koundé spots it and intercepts. It's a threatening ball. Can he finish? Oh, wow, that's crazy! A game of margins, a game of thrills. This might just do it. Oh, beautifully dispatched. There was no reaching that.
That's expertly finished, and he's done that so often.
France leading now.
Yeah, all their effort pays off in the end. It just took that extra bit of dynamism to get them the goal they craved.
He's got away. Olise showing good feet. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter. Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here. Look, there has to be more urgency here. The ball has to get to the other end much faster.
Threads one in. He's had a shot! It's a goal! And right near the end, we have parity.
Yeah, to see it unfold as succinctly as that, it looks telepathic.
Back to parity, and there's barely any time left.
Credit where it's due. This is great attitude. Now, the only question is whether there's enough in the tank to grab another.
Olise. Very nicely done. And that's gone loose. Succumbs to the pressure. And that is that. There is only one way to decide this now. France found a way, somehow.
I can only applaud the sheer doggedness and tenacity on show in watching both teams refusing to lose. I mean, they both ran their socks off.
So time to shake the weariness out of those limbs and to engage with focus. It's penalty kicks, though this one to set the tone. One 0.
Well, so far, so good, Peter.
Mbappe pondering where to put it. Great stop! And the keeper punches the air. Wow, talk about coming up with the goods.
Well, Peter, I think he did well to hold his nerve then. Probably gave him that important edge.
France are looking for comfort. Of course, the lead now is 2.
A great position now, but still work to be done.
So down by 2, another miss can be game, set and match. That's a brilliant read.
I think some mind games were played there, Peter. It certainly did the trick.
We're on to number 3 here.
Brilliantly done. Never took his eye off the keeper either. He just has to trust his instincts and pick the right spot.
Now there's a penalty.
I actually think he was quite brave to do that, Peter, but it was the right result.
France on the verge. Oh, he's won it all right. France have won it by the barest of margins. Two sides more or less inseparable until the final kick of the ball. Well, what a sight this is, a beautiful evening and the promise of a match that will really get the juices flowing. I'm Peter Drury and this is Jim Beglin.
Hi Peter, always good to work with you. I'm really looking forward to this now.
Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game, everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So things are underway. Mbappe!
Well, they would have been looking at him to produce the goods, and that was very kind of him to oblige so early.
A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Oh, what a hit, Peter, and there was nothing lucky about it, let me tell you. It was measured, it was simply inch perfect.
So the game's first significant moment, and it's come earlier than perhaps we anticipated. It's a really well-measured ball.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
Chouameni opts for safety. Saliba. And it's Conte. And here's Dembele. Harrison deals with that comfortably. That's going to go a long way. Bellingham for Valverde. Carreras. And it's Valverde. Here's Tchouaméni. Alexander-Arnold. Tchouaméni. Oh, good spread. Brilliantly cut out. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
They've won a corner. And we have our very first corner. Rudiger with the clearance. Showing good feet. And it's Tchouaméni.
Well, I wouldn't quite advise they should resort to risk-taking at this stage. There's plenty of time left yet.
Great chance! And no mistake. And this is getting better and better. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Well, it's an example of counter-attacking at its finest. Real cut and thrust.
Madrid are now luxuriating in a 2-goal lead.
There's a certain authoritativeness in everything they do now. If they want to kill off this game, now's the time to get it done.
Tuong. Can he get on the end of this? Madrid are a team that's fond of the low block. They sure defend in numbers.
Yeah, the whole point being to go back to front as quickly as possible, Peter. Of course, once the ball has been won.
Yeah, balls over the top, long diagonals, that's the plan. And that was asking for too much. Saliba. And it's Tchouaméni. Dembele.
Such good technique.
And he's gone backward here. Bellingham. Mbappe. And smartly reclaimed. And here's Mbappe. The pressing's intense, and it's paid off. Rudiger. And Carreras. Rudiger. Carreras, and it's Bellingham. Tchouaméni wins the duel this time. Conte, Dembele. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Tchouaméni. He's had it taken off him. Tchouaméni cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
And the pass is intercepted. Tries to play it through. Tchouaméni. France are in need of a lift as we head up towards the break. And it's Tuong. And here's Thuram. Tuong. Tchouaméni. And it's Tchouaméni. Bellingham. For Valverde. Carreras. Mbappe is onto this. Saliba with the clearance. Tchouaméni turns back here, probably the best option. And shifted it to the flank. Carreras. Tchouaméni. Picked out brilliantly. Vinicius, and the shot! And that marks a high-octane end to the first half. How would you review the first half?
Well, I think things have worked out pretty well so far, Peter. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. So I think the manager has to resist change at this stage.
Well, that just about sorts out the first 45 minutes, and we'll be back with the second very soon. That gets us going once more.
I think it'll be fascinating to see how they're going to change their approach here. They have to go for it and try and pull one back, but they also have to be aware that going 3 down will probably seal their fate.
He's found a way through. And he's in on goal. And he's made sure that's not getting through. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Mbappe. And he cuts out the supply. And it's tuong. Good ball, good take. And that's surely a foul, free kick.
Well, you either commit a foul and take one for the team, or just stand by and concede a potential goal. It's not a great choice, Peter, but I think I do the former in that position.
Dembele, ready to try one. A real chance then to ease this unpleasant predicament. Dembele!
Well, conceding free kicks in areas like that are an invitation to the set-piece technicians. They have to cut this out.
Conte. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it.
Well, the way this game is offering less possession, they'll need to have a very good conversion rate.
Mbappe under intense pressure.
Yeah, and if they're going to try and stop him in this fashion, Peter, they're going to really test the referee's patience from here.
tuong. Backward it goes. Looking for option. And the shot! And that's a sharp finish. Truly superb. A goal of such supreme quality, composure and class.
Well, it always comes down to the telling final pass, and that was a beauty.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 7.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides. A shift in momentum, perhaps.
Well, there's a real sense that the momentum has shifted here, Peter, and the crowd are reacting to that now.
Now there's a fine ball. There's the shot! It's wide, but not by very much.
Oh, he got lots of power behind that, just couldn't quite get it on target.
France are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise.
Yeah, and I think if you're looking for change in a tight game like this, Peter, it's all about getting the timing right.
Cherki is offering some sort of an apology there.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? He's had a shot! And yes, it's there! They have grabbed themselves an equaliser.
And that comes as a very welcome relief. Now let's see who's got what it takes to seize the initiative from here.
Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
The keeper might have been a little unsighted. He seemed awfully late in reacting to that.
Well, what a game we have on our hands here.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it.
Now, there are plenty in the middle waiting for this.
Well, there's lots of movement in the box for them to pick out.
And he's there to belt it away. Rudiger. Great defending, strong and determined. Now it's Tuong. Now, what about a counter-attack? Well timed, excellent interception.
Well, a few of his teammates are quite furious with him as they felt they were within reach, but he made nothing of it. His boss doesn't look too amused either.
Oh, easy pickings there. Cherki.
And again, they're pressing effectively. Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Brahim Diaz. Valverde. Chance! And there's a goal! Into the lead once more.
Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 9.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
À leur place.
Madrid have their lead. Shoots!
Superb from Colomboani! Sumptuous finish, an absolute joy! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments. Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic. Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
And in a trice, the substitute has scored already.
I think the manager's claiming an assist here.
It's turning into quite a gem, this.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah, there's the old cliche about how teams can lose focus after scoring, but you still have to take your chances. Brilliant.
And it's Diaz. Oh, that is a good ball to find him. And that was very necessary.
Il y aura 4 minutes de temps additionnel.
Into a minimum of 4 minutes additional time. Brahim Diaz. And it's Carvajal. Arda Güler. And he can thump it away. Eder Militao. That's Rudiger. Mendy. Bout of passing here, really easy on the eye. Now he's got space here. Howson gets over and intercepts. 90 minutes done then, but that is not the end of it. So still inseparable. What are you thinking, Jim?
Well, I think many on that pitch were ready for the final whistle to come, so let's hope that there's still plenty of energy about.
Well, no winner so far, but somebody has to be the winner. And extra time is next.
Chers spectateurs, nous vous demanderons de bien vouloir rester assis pendant le match. Merci de votre compréhension. Changement pour la France. Le numéro 4. Pour le remplacer.
Stern test this for the endurance, for the character of the players as we head into extra time. France did fantastically well to force extra time, having been on the brink of defeat in normal time. In fact, you could say they're the better off of the two teams, at least psychologically. This looks like a more than decent chance to strike.
He might even be thinking about a pop here, Peter. I'm not sure how wise that might be.
And the finish! He lifts the roof! A game of margins! A game of thrills! This might just do it! Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Well, at one stage he was being body checked, Peter, and then the next minute it's in the back of the net. That's wonderful.
And a chance! So close to drawing level.
Colomwani clearly wanted to level things up in a hurry here. It didn't quite come off for him, but top marks for the effort.
Carvajal. Now it's Brahim Diaz. Out for a throw. Eder Militao. Camavinga. And it's Arda Güler. Threads one in. He's in plenty of space here. Oh, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Cherki. Now it's Güler. Now this could be a chance. Mendy.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
Alaba. And it's Diaz. Carvajal. Can he get it through? This looks promising. Oh, shooting chance! It's in! Oh, delicious, such devilish curl.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many...
And it is half-time in extra time. So there you have it. This game has tipped tellingly in one direction. 15 minutes to go, but it is starting to look done. Exhaustion, physical and mental. Will we find a winner? It has been a slugfest. Significant blows landed, but still no knockout. Brahim Diaz. And it's Carvajal. That is good strength. Great vision.
This is actually quite a courageous move, and I'll add ambitious and adventurous too.
Cherki did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on.
I'm not sure the shot was ever on there, really. There were just too many bodies in the way, Peter.
Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Pinches it off him, succumbs to the pressure. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And the counter is on. That is a brilliant interception. Rodrigo. And here's Elise. Oh, he's found support out wide. Tries to get it clear. And he's there to clear it. Oh, strongly challenged there. Yeah, he's fouled him there. Could be danger here. And he's lost his man here. Shot a goal! And that's a tiny finish. The last possible moment. And that is that. France were involved in a great game here, unpredictable in so many ways, but in the end they fell just short. Effort unrewarded. Any reflections on what you've seen, Jim?
France, they just didn't seem to have a plan, having been forced into chase mode so early, Peter. The players seem to lose their collective heads, and once you do that, it's a challenge to fully...
Hello and welcome one and all. The atmosphere building very nicely here. Gorgeous, gorgeous evening. The skies are clear, the noise is fervent, the atmosphere frenetic. I'm your commentator, Peter Drury, and providing his unique brand of expert analysis, here's Jim Beglin.
Cheers, Peter. It's a privilege to be here. It really is.
Well, colour and passion just oozing from the stands here. These fans love their football, and we're about to be dished up a feast of it. We are just getting started. Brahim Diaz, and he was alert to it.
This is the time you need that pace.
Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Yeah, Thibaut Courtois. He's a huge presence between the sticks, and that's not just because he's 6'6", Peter. He's got great reflexes, wonderful positioning, and he's a strong defensive leader. I think opposition defences will also need to watch out for his long throws. They're quick, they're accurate, and a source of many a good counter-attack.
Yes, they'll certainly be leaning heavily on him.
They've got to make this nice and quick.
He's going to be disappointed with that. Eder Militao. Not getting too much time on the ball here, that is good pressing. Neither side especially adventurous early on. Eder Militao. Now Howson. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Looking for options for movement. No, he wasn't going to let him past. Well, that's surely a foul. Free kick. What a start. Free kick in a dangerous position in the opening minutes. So he's plotting something before playing it in. Now it's Brahim Diaz. Opts to play it back. It's loose and there's a race for the ball. Well, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Valverde. Shin to shin, bicep to bicep, and he wins out. He's found, and the shot! He's got away with one there.
Modern football for you. You get zero time to think on the ball. Take too long, and that happens. It gets pinched.
Still goalless at the moment. Eder Militao.
Madrid really look like a team that's set up to absorb pressure. They don't mind being on the back foot.
But with something up their sleeve.
Yeah, they clearly feel they can hit hard on the counter-attack thanks to their pacey options.
Saliba. And it's Koundé. Traoré. Doué. And he's been shifted off it. Carreras. Alexander-Arnold. And it's Diaz. And it's Tchouaméni. For Valverde. Tchouaméni. Thuram. And it's Conte. That's going wide left. Dembele. He has a look up. Great chance! France with their first corner. The first in the game for either side, actually. And he gets rid in a hurry. Now, can they get it back? And now a sudden chance to counter. Mbappe. Carreras did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
Well, the box was just so congested there, Peter. There was absolutely no space to work with.
Thuram is onto this. Neither side giving way. It has been tight.
A lot of space here, a real opportunity.
Brahim Diaz. Dembele could move up a gear here. Upamecano. Tchouaméni. Half-time getting close now. Upamecano. Brahim Diaz. And they can counter here. Now it's Mbappe. Engages and forces him off the ball. Now it's Dembele. Conte. Doué touches it back.
They're really getting no time to think on the ball here.
Threads one in. Thinks about the shot. Doué. Quick look at his watch, and the referee whistles for half-time. Well, it was a half of could-haves and should-haves, but as the whistle blows, we remain where we started. Plenty for both managers to mull over here. Some first-half thoughts?
Well, I wouldn't say it was the most potent performance, Peter, but defensively, very composed. The scoreline might still be 0-0. but I'm expecting things to open up a bit more in this second half.
So at the halfway stage, we still have deadlock. The score 0-0. So the action resumes.
Well, I can imagine both managers have been in the ears of the players. They want more. Let's hope the game comes to life sooner rather than later.
And it's Diaz. Over to the right flank. Valverde. Tchouaméni. It's Rudiger. Bellingham receives it in a good position here. It's a chance! Ah, there was a decent attempt in the end.
Look, the defending wasn't too clever on that last chance. The cross had to be denied.
And here's Dembele. Conte. Oh, no question, that's a foul. He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. Dembele. Conte. Decent chance! That's a risky ball, you've got to say. Valverde. Still absolutely nothing to report here, goals-wise. And that's really well manoeuvred. And it's Tchouaméni. And it's Valverde. It's Bellingham. Carreras. For Valverde. Well seen. Saw that coming. Dembele.
They want to be quick here. It's breakaway time.
He has found the way through. Oh, that's superb. Madrid can breathe again, just.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
And here's Valverde.
Well, that's good defending. He squeezed the play and he gave him no chance to get on the turn.
Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Rudiger. And still we await the first breakthrough. Mbappe is being harried and hassled.
Yeah, better communication and lots of contact seems to be the route to quietening him down now.
Bellingham. You would think that now would be a good time to consider some changes.
It's about risk-taking and boldness now. Are we going to see any activity from the bench?
Showing good feet. That's Valverde. Oh, this looks sharp. He's looking wide. Doué is sporting a guilty look after that.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
And it's Diaz. Well played. That has snuffed out the danger. That's a little off target. Carreras. Tchouaméni. And France can counter now. And it's Doué. And here's Thuram. And the shot, Thuram! And that's in! Breakthrough.
There was this feeling that the game was petering out, but credit for never losing their focus despite things not going as planned. Now comes the question, will they stick or twist? I think you have to appreciate the simplicity and efficiency of it all there, Peter. The ease at which the defence got taken out of the equation, and he was never going to miss that.
Changement pour la France. Le numéro 7.
Well, the two coaches are signalling changes here, both at the same time.
Le numéro 24.
France have fired themselves in front.
Le numéro
Well,
8.
it's better late than never, Peter, and that's potentially decisive now.
Le numéro 21.
And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score.
Le numéro 6.
Ardeguler, and a chance! And the difference is still one, but only just.
Goulet clearly wanted to level things up in a hurry here. It didn't quite come off for him, but top marks for the effort.
Goulet moves short. Carvajal, brilliantly cut out.
Madrid really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
The message is clear, none shall pass. And the through ball. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
Just eases him off the ball.
Madrid really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure. Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer, and quickly.
Steaming on goalwards.
Il y aura
Camavinga.
2 minutes de temps additionnel.
Olise. And it's Koundé. And Hernandez. Referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. France have done it. Their solitary strike ultimately proving just enough. A terrific win, however you look at it.
Chers spectateurs, je
How
vous
do you look
rappelle
back
que
on the
nos
game then,
agents
Jim?
et nos
Well,
hôtesses
where can I
nous
start?
attendent
There's
à la
so
boutique
much
du
to
club.
admire in this
Ils vous
team
proposeront le
and how they
programme
went
du
about
match,
things,
ainsi
very
que
tidy
d'autres
and yet
objets
retaining all the necessary battling qualities you want from a team.
Well, that's it for tonight's match, so it just remains for me to thank Jim Beglin alongside me and to wish you all a very good evening.